Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody guys, let's take a look again on the Bitcoin market as usual on Mondays. So on Bitcoin market, there's not much to tell on the technical side and fundamental side as well. It's not as interesting situation as on the gold market, on the European currency, due to the summit that stands within the, initially it was 2 sessions, then it has become the 3 sessions. Now it is extended even for the Monday as well, and they are not finished yet, and we suggest that the rescue fund should be approved by the European Union leaders. So lots of it's a major topic right now, and we talked about it a lot in our weekly reports. On the Bitcoin market, you can see, well, the action of the previous 2 weeks. You could see it here, and not much to talk about. Here's just to remind you that when we're combining of the different time frames, it's monthly chart, weekly chart, we have come to conclusion that in the current circumstances there are no good setups for taking the long position yet. And in general, while market stands below the 1050 area, it keeps chance on a significant drop, because on the monthly chart we've got 2 bearish grabbers that suggest very significant downward action, and until they are valid, it will be the hidden, let's call it a phantom menace for the Bitcoin, and that could collapse at any time. And that's why it's crucial for the market to erase these patterns with the upward action. And only when the market will appear above the 1050 we could breathe freely and tell that indeed market stands in a continuation on the long-term bullish trend. Until that has happened, we could get some significant extensions here, maybe some ABCDs, some upward targets, but all stuff that will stand below the 1050 should be treated as retracement, and it will not give us any confidence with the long position on the daily chart. On the intraday charts, yes, we could find some patience that could let us to take the position and even hold it within the 1, 2, 3 sessions maybe. But all the stuff will be below 1050, and it can't be treated as real reversal on the market. That's the first point. The second point that we discussed last week as well is anemic exit out from this triangle. So we do not see any explosive action, but we do not see any acceleration, so market just gradually creep out of this pennant and just creeping down with the trend line. Here's on Friday, even minor grabber has been formed that theoretically suggests drop below these lows. So that's another reason why in the short term I do not want to take the long position by far. By taking a look on the intraday charts, on the 4 time frame chart we have the same picture. Our ABCD pattern is still valid. Market has not broken this trend line, and if we see downward continuation and drop below these lows, that will tell us that market is dropping to the 80 even area. That actually should be the first step of downward action if it will happen. In general, if grabbers on the monthly chart will start to work, I see 3 major distances, destination points for the market. First is 80 even, then this will be approximately 6.5, and if it will be taken out, that will be our all-time lows on 3.3 area. You probably remember this huge ABCD pattern on the weekly chart. Although currently this seems not very probable, but this pattern theoretically is still valid. It has not been erased. That's why we also keep this target in mind. But currently in the short term, market should drop below the 90 even area, below these lows, to trigger downward action. Meantime, it is interesting to see what is going on in this area. If you remember last week, we were able to trade only OP target of this ABCD pattern. So action was so slow that market within the whole week was able just to creep down to this target. It's approximately 90 even. This AB equals CD target has been completed. Now market stands in the pullback. This week we need to consider few moments. First of all, this is 9.10 lows, 91 lows. Why? Because if market turns up currently, it should show something inside of this downside swing. So something should happen here, and market should not break these lows to the downside. Just continue downward action. So the pattern that I see here could be the hand and shoulders. That's why the 91 area will be first crucial area for the short-term setup on the Bitcoin market. If market will able to hold here, that will give you a chance that market maybe indeed will start upward action, will erase a BCD pattern and could start upward pullback high on the high time frames. On the 4 time frame chart, maybe even breaking this trend line finally and show something. Maybe we'll get this larger A, B, C, D pattern somewhere to the 98. But for that purpose, market has to show, as I said, clear signs of the reversal. That's why this level will be important. If market will break it down and start tending back to the lows, I mean to the 90 even area, it means that we could go further. Downside tendency will continue and we will drop to the 87.70 approximately. So it will be XOP with the same ABCD pattern, and this XOP stands right around these lows. So that will be already some challenge for the breakout. Depending on this scenario, you could plan different trades. For example, you could plan possible bullish reversal here, taking the long position against these lows. If you have the bearish view, you could, for example, place stop sell order somewhere around these lows. So once market will break it, you will get the short position and you could just follow with this position right to the first target, 87.70 approximately. Potentially it could be even downside continuation to the 81.50 if market will take it out of these lows. So that's two major setups that we have. Maybe later we will get something else. But currently I see only two of these things that probably you could consider, depending on your view on the market. But as I said, currently, guys, do not forget about minor grabber that we have. It suggests the drop below these lows. It means that bearish has a bit better chances to succeed because they have the daily pattern. Well, in general, based on this price type of way of how market behaves, personally, I have no inspiration taking the long position. I really have big doubts that market indeed could follow currently to the upside. But one thing is just suggest, but another thing is just follow the clear patterns. So stops here will be very close. So for example, here is 91 entry, low stands 90 even approximately, just 100 backspeed contract. So it's not really a big sum for Bitcoin market, and you actually could try to follow the both scenarios because they will not follow simultaneously, and to trigger the bearish scenario, market will have to cancel the bullish first. Well, maybe some news will be released that could change the situation, but currently, guys, that's what we see on the Bitcoin market, and let's hope that market will show a bit more activity this week compared to what we saw last week and even two weeks ago.